Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? Mike here, back with another adventure. Today we're gonna do a little something different. We're gonna do a little hike and cook. I already made my way 20 minutes up this treacherous trail to bring you back to one of my favorite places. I said I would come back here and do a little cook action for you, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. I brought you back here. Icicles, waterfall, cave. That's right, we're back at my secret waterfall, and we're gonna get up underneath the cave, set up my little grill, and I'll surprise you with what's for dinner, or lunch in that case. But go ahead and hit that subscription button below and come along with my naturing family as we go test out something new, something I never tried. So I'm gonna turn this around and we're gonna make our way up by the waterfall and get cooking, guys. Hey, what's going on there, nature and family? We're back out on another adventure. And if you followed my last video about the secret waterfall, you know what we're about to do. Came back today to do a little hike and cook. And I also have a little story I want to share on why I really don't explore abandoned houses. Figured that would go quite well with a little meal we're about to prepare. So give you a nice little view of the area again if you missed it, where we're at. This here again is my little secret location. And I mean, it is always impressive. You can hear the ice crunching and melting. It almost sounds like thunder. So I'm gonna stay a little further away from that. But again, look how gorgeous this waterfall is. You can see the ice bouncing off the cliffs. I don't know if I caught that, but definitely got to be careful today. But look how beautiful this area is. Again, crystal clear water. Got a nice flow going over. Our little seat from last time is here. But I'm gonna go ahead right up here underneath this little cave area and see if I can get a flat rock, and we'll set up my camping stove. But just look how beautiful this sky is today. Gorgeous blue skies. I mean, this morning we had flurries. Last night it was kind of snowing a little bit. And today, mid-40s, and I already want to take my coat off, so we're gonna get up here and get started, guys. So come along with me. Okay, guys, so I climbed up underneath this little cliff area, and although I found the perfect spot, I just don't think filming in this area with all the light is going to be effective, so I might go all the way down. Let me try to zoom in to those rocks over there and see if I could get a better spot for shooting this. So I climb down this little hill here, make my way across the stream. And again, we're gonna try to get on with this little cook. I'll show you what we're gonna be making today. So I think we picked our perfect spot for lunch today, and I'm kind of hungry. Only had a minimal breakfast, so this is gonna be something to try. I hope it's okay. But we got our flat rock here that I'm gonna set the stove up on. And this is our view. It's gonna be our view for lunch. And like I said, I do have a funny story and kind of scary at the same time. I would say more scary that I'd like to share with you. And we're gonna do that right now. Okay, guys, welcome back, and have everything broken out of the backpack, and this is what we're working with today. Got my little propane stove here. Little mixture fuel. The nice little pot we're gonna be using. And today we are actually gonna be trying a dehydrated meal by Mountain House, chicken and dumplings. That's right, with vegetables. Let's see how this works out, guys. I never had any type of meal like this before, so this is definitely gonna be very interesting to me. So let's break this open, fire up the little grill, and let's see how this tastes. I'm a little apprehensive about trying it, but here goes nothing. All right, guys, we got the little stove set up here. I'm gonna turn the gas on and fire it up, and we're gonna get this water boiling, and I'll show you what this meal looks like, because I'm curious to see what it looks like myself. Okay, so this bag says it takes 1.5 cups of water here. This bottle here holds 2, so we'll put almost the whole thing and save a little sip for later. But let's close this top. And let this come to boil. So, water's on. You got the lid on to keep a nice boil here. Flames going quite nice as well. And yeah, we're gonna see how long it takes to boil this water again, and let's get into this food, see what it looks like. So we just opened up our wonderful package of chicken and dumplings, and give you a good shot what that looks like. Kind of looks like bread stuffing. I mean, doesn't smell too bad, but the direction says take out that packet and add 1.5 cups of boiling water. Stir after 4 minutes, wait 10 minutes, and enjoy. So that's what we're gonna be eating today, guys. Look how happy they are eating it. Hopefully we could be the same. So we're gonna get this water boiling, then add it in, close it up, and just sit back, enjoy the views, and we'll have a little story time. Well, that was fast. So the stove could boil water quickly. 2 minutes on high. We got some roaring water, but I'm gonna pull this off, turn the gas off. We're gonna add some water into here, close it up, get into story time. All right, let's flip this around, and we'll pour the water in, and we will wait. All right, guys, we're back. Took the little packet out of the container, and this is what we're having: chicken and dumplings. Got the boiling hot water here. We're just gonna dump that right in. Just like that. And I do have a little knife in my pack this time. No eating with my survival knife. So put this down and give it a stir. Here we are, just giving that a good stir. I mean, Doesn't smell too bad, but we'll see how it is. All right, that's stirred up. It does have a seal on it. Make sure it's all fastened up. And now we just we play the waiting game, and this says about 8 or 9 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. So I have the time here. It is 2 p.m. and 2:10. We should be ready to dig in and have some chicken and dumplings, dehydrated meals. Like I said, I never had anything like this before. Usually if I go out camping, it's like hot dogs, hamburgers, something you could throw in a cooler, maybe some chicken, potatoes, some grilled vegetables, you know, but this right here is definitely a first for me. I mean, it actually does smell good. I will give it that. But I guess we'll tell in the future, you know. And I only got this because, like I said, I was at Walmart. I was hungry for chocolate chip muffins and went across the camping gear. Came across that. I was like, hey, I'm gonna be hiking. I want to try doing the Appalachian Trail around here. And that's gonna be like an overnight stay. So I figure I'm gonna need to try out these little camping meals, see what's good, what's not. And I like chicken and dumplings, so gave it a try. Figured we'd come out. I said I was gonna come out and cook. We're gonna take baby steps. Maybe next time I'll make something better with more ingredients. So yeah, we're gonna play the waiting game now. We got another 9 more minutes to go. So I'll give you the story time. I'll get up, we'll walk around, and I'll tell you the story about why I really don't do abandoned house explorers anymore. So stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, we have our little camp set up. Our food just heating up, waiting for us to enjoy, but I wanted to tell you this little story on why I don't do abandoned houses. And this comes from back in 2001, the summer of. We were all about doing the abandoned explorers. I would actually take my mother's camcorder, the one that you put over your shoulder, and we would go out to the GoEx plant around here and explore, or we would go to many different abandoned places, like our breaker building that was abandoned, and we would just go out there and film it like teenagers, stupid kids. But this one time, it was a summer, we were all out at my buddy's house, and yeah, his girlfriend at the time and her friends were all in a car, and they rolled up and they're like, hey, we found this awesome abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. We were inside, we found what seems to be blood on the floor. You gotta come check it out with us. So we're all excited. We love doing this type of stuff. So we jumped right in to our cars. There's probably about 8 of us, maybe 9 of us all together, 4 girls, 5 guys. So we all jump in the cars and we follow them up to this house. I mean, it was probably about 30-minute drive up in the country roads, in the middle of nowhere. We pull up, the house is directly across the street from a cemetery. So we're thinking, wow, this is amazing. Old abandoned haunted house right next to a cemetery. This can't get much better. All right, get out of the cars. They're like, yeah, this is the house. We just walked in. This is amazing. So we're walking down the driveway to get to the house. It's a long, winding driveway. There's all like maybe about 3 abandoned cars, all covered in dust, tree leaves. Expiration dates are from the late 70s. I mean, house was a mess, dirty. Like outside was all dirty. All the siding was filthy. The screen door was ripped wide open. The door was like cracked open. I mean, it absolutely looked abandoned. So again, we followed the girls. The door was open. We just walked right in, and we're looking around, and it got creepy because, like I said, there's no power in the house. The refrigerator was open, and there was like a rust or like a bloody color stuff making a pool on the floor. And like when you walked in the kitchen a little bit further, they had a bunch of shelves on like the left-hand side, and they had all pictures of like the kids you could send money to like feed for a day. They're all in picture frames, probably about 10, 15 of them, all scattered all over. So that was weird. So we're just like walking around the kitchen area, and like we go in the like one room off to the left, and like I said, everything's all dirty, disheveled. Again, thinking, wow, this is the greatest score ever. We found the best abandoned house you could ever find. So again, we're walking, open all the doors, everything's dusty, musty, no lights come on. I mean, everything powers out. So we get to the last room in the upstairs. It's all the way down the hall to the right-hand side. My buddy's leading. There's a couple people. I was there, and there's people behind me. So I was middle of the pack. He gets to the door, opens the handle. It's jammed. So we're like, okay, that's weird. Every other door is wide open. Nothing's closed. So shakes the door handle again. Nothing. It's like, all right, maybe it's jammed. Maybe there's like a dresser behind it, or like, you know, something fell over. So he's like, do you want me to give it a little ram? So everybody there is like, yeah, just to see if you could like shove whatever's in the way out. So he shakes the handle one more time, like gives it like a little hip bump. And then as he's getting ready to give it another like harder hip bump to see if there's like anything in the way, out of nowhere, this little this voice comes out, like screeches. I'll never forget this. It's like, get out of my house. It was like the lowest tone ever. Like I could still hear it. It's so creepy. It was like, get out of my house. And we all, like, the fear of just struck us. We're like, oh my God, this house somehow is not abandoned, or somebody's playing a trick on us. But we piled out in this hallway. Imagine 8 or 9 people trying to jam out of a hallway, and like people are climbing over each other. So we sprint out of the house, run up to our cars, and we're sitting there like, what is happening? Like, we thought this is abandoned. Like, no way is this happening. And we're sitting there like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? All of a sudden, state trooper comes from the left, state trooper comes from the right, down each side of the road, and blocks the road off, like right behind us. So right now we're like, oh no, we're going to jail. We just broke in and entered a house somehow. Like, this is crazy. This isn't happening. This isn't real life. So the officer comes over. He's like, what are you guys doing here? And we're like, oh, we heard this was an abandoned house. Like, you know, we're from a half hour away. We followed the girls up here. They said they were in here before, you know. We were just coming up to check it out. The cop's like, oh, abandoned house, right? So they could go down to the house, maybe 5 minutes, and we're just standing by the cars like, what's going on here? We don't know what's going on. So they both walk up, and they gather us around. They took all of our information, our phone numbers, our names, our addresses, looked at our licenses and all that stuff. And he's like, you know what? This isn't the first time we got a call for this at this house. He's like, this happened a few times before. And you know what? You guys were very lucky tonight. And we're like, what do you mean? What? And the guy's like, do you know there's an old woman that was in that house with a shotgun? And she was waiting for somebody to come through that door. So I don't know if the officer or the trooper, I don't know if he was just saying that just to like scare us or what, but yeah, he said that there was an old woman inside that house with a shotgun behind the door. So, I mean, that was terrifying. I mean, we left, we all got in the cars, he let us go after he got our information, and he said he'd be in contact with us, and he never was. Nothing ever came about of that. I mean, we just never did any more abandoned house hunting, and I've never gone in another abandoned home to this day. I just stick to my waterfalls and creeks, and again, no old women are gonna be shooting me, no squatters. So again, that was my creepy story about why I don't film abandoned buildings. Again, that was quite terrifying. And again, it was a mistake. I mean, I don't know who was in that building. He just said there was an older woman. But again, I'll never know. And nothing ever happened of it. I mean, he just took all our information and that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little story. I mean, that's the first time I ever told it. Besides everybody that was there, that we all just still can't believe that it all happened to us and nothing ever happened of it. So I just want to say we were so lucky that night. And yeah, God must have been on our side. But we're gonna head back down here. I came up underneath the cliff to tell that story. We're gonna head back down to the rock where our camp is. And so we're gonna give that food a stir and see how it is. So join me guys as we do our first taste test live here out naturing. All right guys, we're back. It's been about 10 minutes now. Actually, let me look at the time. Yeah, about 15 minutes, let it go. Few seconds earlier, but I do have my mess hall spoon. Came with my kit with a knife and fork. Here's the meal. Give it a little stir at the halfway point. But we're gonna dig into this and see what it's about. Smells actually good. Okay, now that I have you spun around here, now let's just take a beautiful look at that meal here. This is one of those dehydrated meals, chicken and dumplings. You just add about a cup and a half of water, boiled water, and pour it in, and you just let that sit for about 10-15 minutes, and it's supposed to be delicious as the package says. But let's try it here first. We're here with Out Naturing doing our first food test. Again, I got to try these things out. And you never know, I might be taking them on with me for future hikes. Well, let's flip this back around and give it a first official taste test. Well, guys, here we are, back with our beautiful chicken and dumplings meal. Giving it one last stir before we give it a try. And again, just going on smells alone. Doesn't smell too bad. And I'm a little apprehensive here, as you can tell. But here goes nothing. Big scoop of everything. Got your veggies, you got your biscuit, some chicken. You know what? It's not bad at all so far. Let me try another bite. That was a little baby bite. All right, I'm gonna try a heartier bite. Full spoon. Look at that heaping bite. Again, smells good. Again, the chicken surprisingly isn't bad. It yeah, doesn't taste bad, just tastes like any type of frozen dinner you would get. Vegetables are soft. Even these little dumplings here. I mean, they taste just like little dumplings. So this is actually a very big surprise for me. I thought I would actually hate this, but it has like a chicken pot pie taste. This one does. So if you like chicken pot pies or chicken dumplings that you make at your house, I mean, for being a dehydrated meal that you just add water to, I mean, this is definitely good. What can I say? It serves 2 people. Yeah, 15 grams of protein. I think the only bad thing is the salt. If I could read these, yeah, sodium is a lot, 900 milligrams, 38%. I mean, the fat's not too bad, 14 grams. Sugar's not a lot, 7. I said 15 grams of protein. But what surprises me most is the ingredients. I mean, it's all stuff you could read. Cooked chicken, carrots, peas, non-fat dry milk, chicken base, I mean, it's nothing like you would read on something you'd get out of your freezer, which again is another big surprise. Like you would think this had all types of preservatives and stuff that would make it edible. That comes off a store shelf, you just add water to it and wait 15 minutes and you got a hot meal. But as you can tell, it's absolutely enjoyable. And for a day like today, we're out. It's in the 40s today, but it was chilly coming up the mountain with the cool breeze. We're back here by the waterfall. And oh, let me scoot up a little bit. Yeah, we got our stove right here behind us. Got my drink of water, my backpack and camera down here. I mean, it's just can't ask for a better lunch. Well, I mean, technically it could, but for $7, it's definitely something that if I was out on a long hike again and you just need a bottle of water and this and my little stove, something to keep in your backpack, especially this flavor. There's many more. I mean, if you'd like to see me try different flavors of these freeze-dried meals or MREs even, I could hike out to different spots, try these for lunch or dinner. Heck, like I said, if they're as good as this one, I'd enjoy doing it. I'm sure you guys like me get a bad one. But again, I'm gonna enjoy a little bit of this, take in some of the waterfall, listen to these icebergs crackling off the edge. And I just want to say thank you guys. I mean, I would never really came out and do this myself, but I promised in the video that I would get out here. And I like to keep my word. So here we are, just enjoying one freeze-dried meal. I can't thank you enough for coming along with me on this adventure. If you want, I'll give you a nice spoonful to share. Look at that. Oh, nice hearty bite. Enjoy that bite. And if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that link below here somewhere and become a Naturing family member. We're going 300 strong. We go out here, have the best times, having great adventures with such an awesome group of people. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for coming out here, doing all this silly adventures with me, coming out here enjoying this beautiful nature. Look again, this beautiful waterfall and chicken and dumplings. But yeah, I'm gonna turn it around, give you some views of the waterfall, and we're gonna pack up and get out of here. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you, look how beautiful it is out here today. I mean, you just stop and look up. Mid-40s. I mean, look at that blue sky. Almost looks fake. But this area is so picturesque. That's why I wanted to come down here again and just share it with you. Well, I was out here enjoying a nice lunch this afternoon. And again, I'll turn it around so you can look downstream. It's just how beautiful the spot is. I mean, it's a 20-minute hike, but you work for it. Just again, absolutely beautiful. And I will put pictures of how long it took me to get here. I have the app All Trails, so I'll see if I can take some screenshots and share that at the end. If I can't, I do apologize. But I just wanted to turn it around and give you another view of this beautiful area. So guys, look at this view. I mean, we're just sitting here having dessert now. Turn it around and I'll give you a shot of just what's on the menu for dessert. But again, I mean, this is my view here. But I'll flip it around and show you what's for snack time. So we're turned around here. Here's my back view, you could say. And I mean, I don't know what's more beautiful. I mean, you got a waterfall in the background, creek downstream, but gotta always have a few Hershey bars for dessert. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna dig into one of these. Just take in the beautiful area. And I mean, I'm listening to these ice crashes. I don't know if I caught any on film, but they are so loud. Let me get this camera off the tripod here. And again, I mean, I just can't get enough of this area as we dig into the chocolate bar. So good. But that's my view, guys. Well, guys, those candy bars were delicious. Sun's peeking out just ahead of me, blinding me up here, but I got all my stuff back here. I gotta clean up this mess here, load it all up into the backpack, and yeah, we're gonna make it out of here for today. But I just wanna thank you so much, guys, for coming along today on this different adventure. I mean, it's something new to the channel. We got to try chicken and dumplings in a dehydrated food form. So that was good. We got to have a little Hershey's bar out by my secret waterfall. We also got to check out the beautiful ice walls. And again, I just want to thank you so much, guys, for coming along on this adventure with me. There'll be plenty more of all different types of adventures. I got another waterfall video coming out within the next couple days. We have more adventures coming out with JP videos, more solo hikes, so lots coming along in the future. And again, with spring coming along, we're getting the extra hour of sunlight. Kayaking coming soon, boats coming soon, swimming. So we got a lot of adventures packed. I just want to say again, I appreciate every single one of you. And like I said, if you're new, hit the button, come along with us, enjoy the fun. Thank you, guys. Out naturing.